Hey, how's it going? I'm doing okay. I figured that I would film a video on the very last day of the year. This was originally going to be like a video where I show you what I got for Christmas, but maybe I'll save that for like a couple days from now. I was supposed to have like a video up on Tuesday, but I have not felt very well. I'm having like major sinus problems that are causing like toothaches and headaches and not fun. So not fun. So, I figured that instead, since it's New Year's Eve and I'm kind of excited because I love New Year's Eve. I love staying up and being with my friends and stuff. Most of my New Year's stuff is going to be online though. But I figured that I would talk to you about how my year feels and maybe resolutions for next year. I don't really like to set resolutions or like really heavy ones because I feel like that puts a lot of pressure on you to do things that maybe you don't really want to do but you feel like you have to do to be better, and it's stressful. I used to have like a list of resolutions every year. I used to write them on my journal and then I'd go back to them. I have not reviewed my ones for last year. Hold on. So, yeah, I have no idea what my last year's resolutions were at all. Maybe I'll review them. I don't know, but as far as highlights for this year, I would say I got to go to Katsucon in a costume that I made. I was Korra. I was actually the green outfit she wears while she's like training and away from people and stuff. And I loved that. I loved making that shirt. It was very stressful. I screwed it up a lot, but after all the things I learned from it and how good it came out, it was like really awesome. And I'm really happy that I took the time to make that shirt and to go and connect with other people. Like, I go to Katsucon every year, but this was the year I really like put forward a lot of effort to make sure that the costume was good, and I like the result. Funnily enough, I actually twisted my ankle during that time because I was doing earthbending moves and I tucked my foot under, and that's been like a permanent injury that now flares up from time to time. So not super fun. Um, this was also my first full year of being a druid. I started last year around winter solstice, but I didn't like get a chance to celebrate it. And the first one I ever celebrated was Imbolic. So this was really cool to get to celebrate every holiday and do lots of cool things on the full moon and just work with crystals and herbs and with nature. It was a very amazing experience, and I'm hoping that it's just going to get better every year. I'm actually hoping to get formal training really soon so that I can actually be under a grove, and that would be just amazing, but saving up the money for that right now. So, what else? The really bad thing that happened this year was in May, my computer completely died. Like, most people know this because that's when my videos slowed down, that's when my life online slowed down. Because the computer was advertised as a gaming PC, or laptop, and when we opened it up, we found out that not only did it not have the proper like fan and heat sink and stuff in it, that there were scorch marks on the motherboard, and the heat had just gotten to it so bad that it was just not savable, and it wouldn't turn on after that anyway. So I spent the next couple of months using my sister's computer, using an old mobile phone. This guy, he's a iPhone 3. He does an okay job. And just overall not really having a huge amount of access to the internet. So I had to pretty much give up on YouTube, give up on most of my online stuff, except for very casually. Over that time, my friends actually were just so sad to see me not have a computer that they all saved up the money to get me one. And then that was a struggle because in September we had the money, and the first computer we bought, which was a custom made one specifically for me, when it got here, it wouldn't do anything but restart itself over and over again. So we sent it back. The next time we got it, it blue screened and wouldn't work. So one of my friends took it to try to see if they could get it to work. That was a struggle that didn't end well. So we packaged it up and sent it back. And they drug their feet and drug their feet and drug their feet getting me a refund, but they did. So, like, less than a week after we got the refund, I got my new baby, and it has been doing nothing but amazing stuff so far. Like, it can handle all of my gaming, it can handle all of my editing, it can handle everything, and it's been wonderful to have a computer again and to be able to start this YouTube experience again. Like, I'm really excited to be making videos and learning how to make better ones and learning to just be a more interesting person in front of a camera. So that was the big part of my journey, but I think that unplugging was good because not only did it help me reconnect with the druidry that I had been shifting in and out of, like I had been celebrating all the holidays and stuff, but I wasn't as connected because I had a computer to stare at all the time. So it taught me to not have a huge online presence, to disconnect a bit. So now I think I'm in a good spot because I can be online and enjoy online, but I can immediately disconnect and go do something else. Like, I'm not addicted anymore, and I absolutely had an internet addiction. Absolutely. And I never thought I'd be able to break it, but I have, and it's nice. And I'm hoping that I don't end up with it again. Because as much as I love online and talking to people online, I'd like to have a life outside of online too, not wasting away in front of a computer. Nobody should waste away in front of a computer. You should be able to get out and do fun things and have good memories and connect with nature, and that's just how I feel. So, yeah, I'm glad that I got that disconnect so that I could enjoy other things like spending time with my friends and being in nature and cleaning and drawing. I got to draw a whole lot more this year because for a while, like, I just didn't. I've been an artist my whole life, and I was gonna go into it originally professionally, and didn't. So, you know, to just completely be disconnected from that was really sad. But the good thing is that I'm back on track with that now. I'm not sketching a whole ton right now, but I just put up a bunch of stuff that I did sketch, and it was surprising how much I actually had backlogged that I hadn't scanned yet. But I'm happy about that. I just recently got to get back into WoW, and my paladin, who is my main, finally hit level 100. So now I'm working on getting her like halfway decent geared. So that's a nice experience. I've been recording that. Not much is done with my gaming stuff. Like, I put it up. I work hard on editing it. Probably harder on my on this than I like on the gaming than on the vlogs. But nobody watches it. But to me, I guess I don't really care because it's teaching me how to edit, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something worthwhile, regardless of who watches it. So even if it's just a learning experience for me, I don't mind. What else? I've taken several different risks with the relationships this year too. A lot of them went really badly. I actually ended up losing a friend that I've known since I was 11 years old. Like, we had a falling out and a misunderstanding, and while I did try to work through it, it seemed like that person was in a place where they were going to have this experience regardless of whether I was the cause or not. So they haven't talked to me since. It's been 3 months, and I can only assume that our friendship is over. And while that was painful, it also showed me what life was like to be disconnected from them. And while I think we did a lot of good things for one another, I think we were also very toxic to one another. That our growth was stunted by being around one another. So hopefully that person can learn to grow and do good things for themselves just as I have, and we can both go through life a little bit more healthy. You know, it's hard to let people go, but if it's best for them and best for you, you gotta do it. So, I'll live. I'll be okay. I think I'm doing alright. But I took a lot of risks with that. I was dating that person, and I had several other people that were interested in me, and I look at myself and I'm like, why? Double chin, acne, chubby girl, what? Like, what? But they obviously see something that I don't. And that's wonderful of them. And I definitely have made my choice of who I'm going to end up with and who I want to continue forward with. And once that's 100% set in stone, I will talk about that more because it will impact my life quite a lot within the next year. So, if that works out, you know, you guys will know. But, so I'm very glad that I've gone through a large transformation and that I've taken a lot of risks and that I've just overall had a very, interesting year full of lessons and hard times, because sometimes going through everything on easy mode is not actually fulfilling. Like, you don't actually learn the lessons you need to learn or go through the things you need to go through. So, even though this year was a bit rough in certain ways, I'm very thankful for it, and I feel like it ended well. And yeah. I suppose if I were to give any guidelines for resolutions this year, for 2016, I'm going to be very loose with them, but I'd like to continue my Druid walk and do better on that. Celebrate the holidays a little bit more in depth with a little bit more effort. Try to do something for the full moon, like, every single time. And really meditate and connect with nature a little bit more. YouTube goals are to have 1 to 2 videos out each week and quality over quantity, making sure that I'm either putting out an interesting video or a well-edited video or both. That would be a great goal for me. I want to have at least 1 drawing this year, maybe 2, that I look at and think, it's amazing, I'm really glad I made it, it's the highlight. And I do have that drawing this year, and it came kind of unexpectedly as to what it was, because it was originally drawn for a joke. And it's actually my favorite drawing that I've drawn this year. Anything that I talk about should be, like, put up. Like, I'll put up a picture of my cosplay and a picture of the drawing I'm talking about. Yeah. But let's see. Goals for my attitude. I want to start thinking in a more positive mindset. I'm a very negative thinking and anxiety-ridden person, and I want to continue to deprogram that out of my brain and start looking at things more positively so that I quit taking myself down. That's really, really important to me. So, I really want that. Trying to think of anything else that I really wanted this year. There's so many things. There's so many things that I'd like to do for myself, and I'd like to look back and go, I made positive progress towards that. But I think that's all I can come up with for now, and I'm sorry that I'm drawing a blank, but thanks for watching, and tell me about your year. Tell me about what resolutions you might want to have, and yeah, we'll talk about it. But, yeah, I guess I'll talk to you guys later, and I'll try to have my Christmas things video up soonish. So, okay. Bye.